of Howie Skinnell. Skinnell a lap down, the first to go a lap down here on the racetrack. And look at the body damage on the number 12 of John Gaunt. Look, the fender's hanging off it, the nose hanging off it, as well as Brad Graham gives him a little bump for 6th spot.
Wow, you know, Johnny Gaunt's got a ton of laps here as well. He was looking for good things and made some changes on the race car, but he's been involved on something there, and the car's handling is starting to go away.
Beauchamp now making a move underneath the 4. He was watching what Don Thompson Jr. was doing and thought, wait a second, I can try that down the back chute as Beauchamp works on the number 4 Chevy. Simoni, though, in the 95 continues to lead. Welcome back to the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. The battle for the lead of the Torbram Electric 300 is once again underway as the number 4 of Don Thompson Jr. has been hunting down the 95 of Anthony Simoni, and he gets into him.
Wow, you can see that coming a little bit. Simoni was slowing down too much in the middle of the corner. So much so that Andrew Ranger was able to join the fight in the top 5.
Quite a save, though, by the driver of the 95, Simoni, and he got it back to the inside to hold off the 60 of Ron Beauchamp Jr. Now you see the ticker across the top of your screen. Have a look out for the 22 of Scott Steckley. He's way back in the 10th position. That's because he stopped to avoid that incident between the 9 and the 02 of Kerry Mix. So Steckley had to restart at the back of the pack.
Wow, a lot of smoke coming out of the 13 of Cale Gale.
Yeah, Gale finds pit road fairly quickly. Smoking, and Todd's there. Todd?
13 car of Cale Gale, black flag because of all that smoke coming out the back end. Crew's going to have a look underneath the hood, but the problems are deep with this one, guys. It may be the end of the night for Cale Gale.
Wow, they're struggling just to get the hood pins out of that race car. Must have had some contact into the back of another car and bent the hood pins over. But up front, the action's picking up. We're now into lap traffic. Ron Beauchamp Jr. going to get the spot. Oh, look at that thing wiggle under braking.
That's the A&W number 21 of Jason White just in front of this battle. He is a lap down to the leaders. And White trying to stay up into the groove, out of the way, but the leaders are trying to get underneath as Beauchamp takes a look. White is in 15th position, and now Beauchamp's going to diamond things off. But look at the pack of cars right in front of this group.
Wow, Beauchamp. Whoa, Ronnie running out of patience. Oh, and he's going to get tagged on the way through.
White and Beauchamp take a trip through the infield. Beauchamp with a fender hanging. No caution yet as both drivers make it back onto the speedway. So they just lose a lot of track position. Hurts the most for Ron Beauchamp in that Mopar 60.
Well, that it could be even worse because with that flapping fiberglass, NASCAR could call him to pit road to make a safety call here. Let's have a look at the replay. Ronnie's trying to get the lap car out of the way. Just a little too aggressive, and look, it costs him. Man, I'll tell you, I can feel for him. Been in that position before, and it really sucks, but you got to make better decisions.
Did a good job at avoiding that inside wall, but there you see that fender flapping up in the air. NASCAR is taking a good close look at it, and they have given him the black flag as Beauchamp comes down pit lane to remove that fender, but this is going to cost him 1, maybe 2 laps. Todd is in the 60 pit. Todd?
Bodywork flapping on the 60 Mopar Parts Dodge of Ron Beauchamp Jr. The crew goes to work to rip it off and send him right back out.
Wow. Almost fell off just as they stopped, eh?
That's unbelievable. Risk, you know, as a driver, you got to measure in these long races risk versus reward, and the risk was just too much that time.
Yeah, the risk was 2 laps. He's now down in 15th position. Beauchamp out of 3rd. That's the position he was battling for. And Lapsovich just ahead of the 95 of Anthony Simoni. Lapsovich in the Tim Hortons Chev Impala is a lap down. And running in the 13th position.
Look right there, the 22 car, all the way from the back of the pack into the top 10. The 22 car, as usual, is on rails.
How about one driver we haven't really talked about yet tonight, and that is that all-black number 19 car, Brad Graham. He's always run really good here at Barrie Speedway. Unable to get a very good finish, but Graham starting about mid-pack in this field tonight, and he's up into this battle for 3rd position. You've got to give some thumbs up to Graham and that crew.
Well, absolutely. Mike Knott, the crew chief, very smart young man. They've been together a long, long time. You know, they're probably having some trouble with this new coil buying setup, how everybody else is doing it. But you know what? Old school right here, and they're doing a great job. Hats off to Mike Knott and crew.
There's Andrew Ranger, your points leader. Still a clean race car as he's putting in laps in the Walmart Tide Ford Fusion. And the battle for third just got a little bit warmer as the 19 of Brad Graham got in the 95 of Anthony Simoni. And here comes Steckley all the way from the back of the pack. And he's up at the front of the field once again.
Well, Simoni must have watched our opening. Remember, we said everybody's going to be knocking on your door. And, man, everybody's been knocking on the 95 door, moving them up into the second lane.
So Simoni is losing a number of positions. Your leader continues to be the 4 of Don Thompson Jr. Andrew Ranger runs second in the 27 car. Now the 19 of Brad Graham runs third. John Gott diving underneath the 95 for sixth.
Wow, Johnny Gott running underneath the radar right now. Look at the fender flapping on that thing, and he's not been called to pit road.
Yeah, you got to think NASCAR is going to take a good hard look at the high-tech drilling number 12 and see if that fender's posing a threat to falling off, and it looks like it's flapping pretty good.
Wow, there's a real good picture right there. Don Thompson Jr. methodically working his way through traffic.
Catching the back of that Tim Horton Chevy, the number 23 of Lapsovich, and around goes the 95 of Simoni. That's in corner number 1, the Crown Modular United Lumber Impala SS of Simoni goes around, and we've got caution once again.
Wow, take a look at the replay. It wasn't a matter of if, it was just when. He was holding traffic up, and everybody was leaning on his back bumper.
Yeah, 3 wides just not going to work. Pit stop time, and Todd standing by. Todd?
All the front runners making pit stops during this caution flag past the 1/3 point. It's an adjustment. It's Sunoco fuel for Don Thompson Jr., the race leader. Anthony Simoni getting a big adjustment as well as fuel. Now a little dance trying to get out. Don Thompson Jr. blocked in. Simoni's team drops the fuel can. He's blocked in by the 0-2. Scott Steckley also with a stop going on, and left side tires getting changed.
Wow, what a tight pit road. Simoni's got to back up. The 3's going to be around. Oh, we've got a tire on a pit road. Dave Whitlock gets damaged. Simoni drives right over it. Oh, he's on the pit wall.
Simoni absolutely crossways on pit lane, so a good night that started for Anthony Simoni has gone bad in an awful hurry. We'll get the position sorted out. Be back here in Barrie. The number 4 home hardware Impala SS of Don Thompson Jr. leads the 11th race of the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series here at Barrie Speedway. We're working lap 128 of the Torbram Electric Supply 300 presented by the Source, and we're back to green.
Wow, hey, look at Graham up there in second spot. He's hanging tough with the champion there, Don Thompson Jr. Oh, look at this. The 22 car in second place all the way from the back.
Steckley in the Canadian Tire tow truck in a box number 22 Dodge Avenger has worked his way up through this field. Now sits in second position. Brad Graham in the 19. Stuck on the outside in the battle there with the 0-2 of Kerry Mix. And we can tell you that Anthony Simoni in the 95, who is running in the front for most of this race, is now a lap down.
Wow, that episode on pit road, just, that was just a bad deal. A loose tire on pit road. Dave Whitlock couldn't see it. It was laying there. It got chipped up on the pit road. Simoni runs over it. Everybody takes a ride.
Got to give some kudos, too, to rookie Joey Hansen in the 40. He got the free pass that last time around. He's sitting in 9th position. It's by far one of his best runs on an oval this season.
That's Susan Mix telling her driver, hit your marks and be smooth, and we'll have a good night.
And we can tell you Andrew Ranger has dropped off the lead lap. He's actually 6 laps down, now in 15th with an update. Here's Todd.
Points battle update for you, fellas. We saw the troubles earlier with the 17 Castrol Dodge and DJ Kennington went about a dozen laps down. Then on that last yellow flag, Andrew Ranger bolted quickly, snapped the axle on the left rear. Talked with crew chief Bill Burns. The team did a great job making that change quickly. He's about 6 laps down. DJ Kennington chasing him for second in the points battle. He's another 6 laps still behind Andrew Ranger. Shouldn't be any change between those two. The interesting part will be Ron Beauchamp Jr. and if he can take advantage of this.
Wow, we talked about it in the opening. We only needed Ranger to have 1 or 2 bad races, and DJ had been right back in the hunt. And lo and behold, Ranger has a bad race, and doesn't DJ have a problem as well?
And actually, Ron Beauchamp Jr. is 2 laps down as John Gott ducks underneath the 19 of Brad Graham, picking up 4th position. Now missing a fender and a hood on that 12 car, but it still seems to be working out okay.
Wow, Mark Dilley made a power move having a look on the outside. I said earlier, watch these guys come from the back to the front. Now, Mixie's right up front, and Dilley wants to join him.
But still your leader is the home hardware Chevy, the number 4 of Don Thompson Jr. One of his best runs of the 2009 season with a 22 of Scott Steckley on his back bumper.